the stars and let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. Let rain fall, let rain
And good afternoon. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salter, along with the voice of Maryland Racing, Dave Rodman, on a beautiful fall Saturday afternoon here at Laurel Park. Nice 10-race card to get to. Let's recap yesterday real quick. It was the third week of that big popular national wager, the Stronach 5, with that industry-low 12% takeout, guaranteed pull of $50,000. They put over $100,000 into it yesterday, about $103,000. We had a leg of it here. The fourth leg of the Stronach 5 yesterday was our Laurel Park Race 9, a nice maiden special weight won by Olive Cat for Jerry O'Dwyer. That's a nice, good-looking 2-year-old filly. She beat some nice fillies in there. She was like, second choice, I think, in the betting in that race. Nice payout for the Stronach 5. 25 winning tickets, you say, for about $3,600?
Yeah, $3,600, 25 winning tickets, and hopefully someone keyed off of Olive Cat. We showed us a video spotlight yesterday. You picked that horse out as the video spotlight horse, talked highly of her, and if you saw the trouble in that race, maybe you singled her, and that was one of the 25 tickets in the Stronach 5 payout. And on that performance, I really think that was a standout performance of the day. Olive Cat, she's a very, very nice filly.
Yeah, good 2-year-old filly. Jerry says he'll just kind of take his time with her, find maybe a nice allowance race for her next out. So good to see an up-and-coming trainer with a good 2-year-old filly. He had to beat a Medaglia d'Oro first-time starter in there, a Saratoga shipper, Eddie Coletti's filly. So good to see a young barn get to win.
The Cats ran 1-2, Olive Cat, China Cat.
That's
there.
right,
The horse
China
we
Cat.
talked a little bit about, too. She shouldn't be a maiden too long, and some others in there, like the Trombetta first-time starter, the Medaglia d'Oro. I think she just wants to go longer. They actually wound up on her as the favorite right in the race, wasn't she? I think she went off favorite. They were alternating. Olive Cat got the early money, and Trombetta, first-time starter by Medaglia d'Oro. Just kind of even pace through the stretch, but a kind of filly that wants to go longer, one to keep an eye on.
All right, so we had a fun Friday. Let's get going here for Saturday. We're 1 week away. Let's show you next Saturday. That's the big day. Come celebrate Maryland's Day at the Races. 12 races showcasing the best Maryland-sired, Maryland-bred horses around. We're going to have on-track events, kids corral, Maryland Million hat contest. It's free admission, and when you come out and buy a race program, you get a free Maryland Million cap. Can't beat that. Great horse racing. Get a free hat. It's free admission. Early first race post time's 12 noon, and that's a good deal right there. In the Silks Room, you get $10 for the day. Includes a live program and a Maryland Million cap, so you can find out all the information you need about next Saturday's Maryland, the Jim McKay Maryland Million next Saturday, October 20th. Go to laurelpark.com for more information. Some great press releases going out about all the Maryland Million runners. The pre-entries are out. They take entries for it next Wednesday. We'll have a Maryland Million draw here at Laurel Park, and I believe the Maryland Million Classic is going to be a live draw in the afternoon for that draw party next Wednesday.
That sounds good. Yeah, so keep an eye out there. Go to laurelpark.com for more details. If you want tickets to that Silks Room on the reserve seat, you can get them today at Guest Services right next there to the Silks area. It's a great seat because you have a seat all day long, right? Yep. You can see how many screens, the big screen with the simulcast action in there, all in HD, and walk out to the track for all the on-track events if you want to see those in the live races as well. So you're covered for just $10 for the day.
Just need some nice weather. We'll have a big crowd, hopefully a record attendance and record handle, hopefully, for next Saturday's Jim McKay Maryland Million. All right, let's get right to it today. Let's show you a picture of the main track. We're off the turf today, but the main track is absolutely perfect. A fair playing racetrack, rated fast. No rain today. Hopefully we have some nice cool dry weather, drying out that turf, hopefully getting it all ready for next Saturday. We're in the 60s, partly sunny. Fast track, first race post time 1:10. Let's get right to it here. Race 1. Race 1's going to kick off our early pick 5. Both your pick 5s here at Laurel Park. Your best bet with that industry low 12% takeout. Also, it's a mandatory payout on the early pick 5 starting in race 1. Let's take a look at the opener. 5.5 furlongs on the main track, claiming 16,000 3-year-olds or older horses. Never won 3. And Diana, we both end up on the 7. We both like a 7. We like the same 4 horses here. It's a small field here in the opener. The 7, Mr. Fix-It, entered main track only for this race by trainer Linda Rice. Horacio Caramanos rides his 3-year-old gelding by Two-Step Salsa. His 3-year-old's already a 3-time winner, a sharp win last out right here at Laurel Park at this same exact condition.
Yeah, Mr. Fix-It beat Colonel Andy, and they last met September 28th at the same $16,000 tag. Only difference today, Stan, is Colonel Andy gets a change of equipment, blinkers on. I thought Mr. Fix-It beat Colonel Andy fair and square. Colonel Andy was a little bit tough to ride that day, trying to lug into the rail. Very difficult to ride late in the game. Will that make a 3.5 length difference up? Colonel Andy versus Mr. Fix-It. I guess we'll find out in about an hour here as they meet up again. But I thought it was a fair and square beating there Mr. Fix-It over Colonel Andy. It's the way I went again today. 7-2-4-9. No big surprises in story, I don't think.
And our 2 big outfits, Claudio Gonzalez and Kieran McGee, they're having big weeks here. Claudio's having a big week. Kieran had 2 winners yesterday, I believe. So he's got the 2 Colonel Andy here with Trevor McCarthy. Claudio won the last with that favorite we both liked yesterday, Queen the Checkmate.
Yeah, another horse that people could have singled in our pick 6, which was hit again yesterday.
For
wow.
2,000.
Again,
right,
yeah, it was just like the day before, $2 grand.
Yep. Past 2 days, the pick 6 been hit for 2,000. Let's see if we hit it again today. Let's let's turn. We like the same horses there in the opener. Let's turn the page here. Race 2 is going to kick off the early pick 4. We're going 6 furlongs, the old-fashioned wide open, claiming 5,000 filly mares 3 and up here. My best bet of the day, the 3 More Than Treasure, was scratched, so I end up on the 5, my top pick here. Southern Peach for trainer Dale Capuano gets Weston Hamilton to ride. They're 30% positive ROI here in Maryland. This filly's been right there her last 5 starts. She hasn't been off the board. A good second at this. It's a good second against beaten nickel claimers last out. Her last win came against 5,000 claimers back in August here at Laurel Park. She's a 3-time winner here at this track, 9 for 18 in the money, and with the scratch of the 3 More Than Treasure, Dale finds a real nice spot here with the 5 Southern Peach.
Yeah, you can argue she's lost a little bit of a beat since last year. Her numbers this year have not been as high perhaps as 2017, but she's been consistent in her last 3 at this level. That's where they keep her, and any sign of her best race in 2017 would put her over the top here. The track is rated fast with the sunshine and the dry air. We did get a bit of rain this morning. It may be just enough to put her over the top because she likes a little bit of moisture in the track on the wet going. You can see 1, 2, 3 out of 5 starts. I kept trying to beat her. Maybe your best chance, the 4 Grace to Glory. I got her in the mix as well. So do you. It comes from the synthetic to the dirt move that you're going to see a lot with the Bricks horses coming from Presque Isle, and she's been effective on the main track with 3 placings there from 6 tries.
Yeah, Jerry having a good year. 2 wins already here at the fall meet. Brings Louis Garcia back to town to ride the 4 Grace to Glory. I like that mare. I like the 2 a little bit here. Lightning Fast Girl gets into the Jonathan Maldonado barn for the first start today with W. Rodriguez to ride, a new jockey he brings to town.
That's Wally Nett, right.
Wally Nett Rodriguez.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
All right, she's been here before. All right, so she rides this horse for Maldonado. Her last she was in good form earlier this summer up there at Penn National. Last time at a $5,000 level, she romped by 6. That was against beaten nickel claimers at Penn. Tougher open nickel today here at Laurel Park, but I'll throw her into the mix here, the 2 Lightning Fast Girl.
Yeah, she likes Laurel. 4 wins, 4 seconds, 5 thirds. The Maldonado barn in a little bit of a slump the last 3 months, only 5 for 49, but it's a mare who likes Laurel for sure, and if it comes back to her best race, could be a danger.
All right, so nice open nickel claimer there in the second race. Let's take a look at race 3, 5.5 furlongs on the main track. Maiden claiming 16,000 for filly mares 3 and up. We start the rolling super high 5 here in race 3. That's a low 15% takeout in the Rolling Super High Five. We'll have a carryover race 3, $703. We'll have it every race with 7 or more horses. So keep your eye on the Rolling Super High Five. Starts in race 3 today. My top pick in the third is going to be a popular favorite for sure. The 3, Expect Wonderful, entered main track only in the third race for trainer Mark Reed. Weston Hamilton, the Bug, will ride this 4-year-old daughter of Tis Wonderful, coming off a long layoff. She's coming off about a 13-month layoff. We haven't seen her since September 2017. That was a maiden special weight at Delaware, a decent third that day in a 7-horse field. The winner of that race would come right back to win. So a strong maiden special weight there at Delaware. She was third at Aqueduct earlier in 2017 and third in her debut right here at Laurel Park against maiden special weight in a tough race where the place horse came back to win. So she's been working well over there at Pimlico. A bullet 5 furlong workout September 1st. A nice workout from the gate recently, September 22nd, 47-1. She's taken a big drop coming off the layoff today. Quite, you know, she hopefully she's ready to go. If she's ready to go, she should handle this group.
Yeah, believe it or not, this filly was on my stable mail from that race in 2017. Too little, too late. Finished well there. Third beaten 3 lengths and a real good effort at 5-1. And a race has produced the next out winner again after breaking the maiden Americana. Now, here's the question. Off for so long, the drop, and the barn not really strong suit with this kind of layoff. Only 1 for 13 with a 180-plus day layoff. But again, I think she could be 90% or 80%, and this is a pretty soft field here, so I did go ahead and pick her on top, as you did, but she'll be a short price looming there.
And we both had the 6, Paz the Wine, and our exacta for Graham Motion, 4-year-old daughter of Mission Impassable. Trevor McCarthy will ride her. Dirt form's not very good. She was running against maiden 40,000 New York breds up there at Saratoga. Probably a little easier spot here today. She's run some decent races on the turf. She's an 0 for 16 4-year-old maiden, but I think she can run into the exacta today with McCarthy.
Yeah, well, underneath I've got an 0 for 16 maiden, an 0 for 18 maiden. Egber, Paz the Wine, both longtime maidens. Paz the Wine only adding the blinkers last 3 starts, but if the favorite does falter, doesn't show up at all, then I think it brings into play the longtime maidens.
Sure. Egber for Nancy Heil. Katie Davis jumps aboard. Katie Davis has ridden the 4 Egber before. And all right, so maiden 16 there off the turf in the third. We both like the favorite coming off the layoff, the 3, Expect Wonderful. Let's take a look at the 4th race. We start the middle pick 4 here in race 4. We're going 6 furlongs, 25,000 starter allowance, 3 and up. Never won 3 is the condition. My top pick here, the 2, Sonic Boom E-Jet from the Claudio Gonzalez barn, 3-year-old son of Orient Tate. Kevin Gomez will ride. The Bug Boy was aboard last out. Let's show you that win for Sonic Boom E-Jet. September 8th right here at Laurel Park in the slop against 25,000 starter allowance. 2 life that day. Was in a head-and-head duel coming around the far turn here, but he's going to win by a nose this day with a 7-pound apprentice. Has some early speed. This horse has won the maiden score here at Laurel back in July, going 7 furlongs, went wire to wire that day, and dueled this day head-and-head, and it's going to prevail. So has some early speed. Hopefully he can use that from the inside. The 2, Sonic Boom E-Jet, my top pick.
Yeah, well, he'll get your heart rate up if you bet on him. I mean, look at this photo. And he's been involved in photos like that 3 times out of his last 4 races. Wins by a nose, a win by a nose, 3 back, a nose bob, 4 back on that sloppy track here July 21st at Laurel when attempting to break the maiden. So he's a horse when he does win. I mean, he's game, but, you really got to fight it out with him in the stretch. So be prepared for a thriller there. I went to number 3, Candy Asset, first off the claim for the Sweezy barn, adding the blinkers off the claim from a Monmouth claim back in late August. Has a work since then at Monmouth for the new connections. A good 101 and 2 on October 6th. I like that. And the barn doesn't mind shipping. It's, won races at Penn National, Monmouth, Delaware, Laurel in the last few months, and has been here at Laurel before as Mr. Sweezy, J.K. Sweezy. I don't know much about the trainer, but won with Leela's Gift. Leela's Gift was the horse that he won with here, and guess who was aboard? I think it was Fergal Lynch as well, and gets Lynch here for Candy Asset off the claim for a barn that likes to travel and likes to win.
Oh, yeah, gets a top rider. Lynch has won for this outfit here. Kent Sweezy, a win and a second from 3 starts this fall meet here at Laurel Park. I used to 8 in my exact. We're kind of all over the place here in this wide open 4th race. I have the 8. Second, Cerulean Springs from the outside for Marilyn McMullen. Rosario Montanez rides his 3-year-old son of Temple City. Sharp win last out, rallying from off the pace that day in the slop with Montanez aboard. Montanez has been aboard the last 4 starts, 2 wins in 2 seconds. This is a nice closing sprinter here. The 8, Cerulean Springs, 2-time winner at Laurel Park, 7 for 7 in the money.
Yeah, well, you just said the magic words there. Closing sprinter. Got a good setup last time out, needs a fast pace, and there may not be as much pace in today's 4th as his last effort, and I think that brings into play the 5 Tacos Supreme here from the Damon de la Devico barn. Kind of a disaster back in late May at Pimlico for him in his last start when he was a beaten favorite. Slow, rushed up, had to be used, all kinds of trouble, and instead of running him back in a few weeks, they said, let's regroup him. He's coming back fresh, and he's got some dangerous early speed there. Tacos Supreme from mid-pack with Sheldon Russell.
All right, I didn't use that runner. El Padrino Gelding comes off the layoff today. The 6 we both like, though. Swinging Star, first off the claim for Jamie Ness, 4-year-old. Gelding by Malibu Moon gets Trevor McCarthy to ride today. A good second last out against 16,003 Life. That was a small field that came off the turf that day going a mile. So now we're cutting back in distance today. Route to sprint, Ness only 10%, but this horse, I think, steps up in class, so I like the confident move first off the claim. That's 24% first off the claim.
Yeah, if you just gave me the PPs of this horse and you said, well, what kind of race is he in today without knowing, I would say, well, he's got to be in a turf race or a distance race. No, they're sharpened him up after the claim for a sprint. He's got a good work October 2nd over this track, a 49 breeze. Maybe Ness has sharpened him up, shortening him up here to the 6 furlong distance. So I wouldn't let that turf and long form fool you.
All right, so nice starter allowance there in race 4 to kick off the middle pick 4. Let's get a quick commercial break. When we come back, Dave likes the Rainbow Pick 6 today. It's paid $2,000 the past couple days. What's it going to pay today? We'll take a look at that. Nice allowance race to start the pick 6. I like the late pick 5 today. That starts in race 6. We'll check all that out right after this.
For Jim McKay Maryland Million Day on Saturday, October 20th at Laurel Park. Come with friends and family to Maryland's Day at the Races. It's a celebration of Maryland's horses and lots of fun for all ages. First race is at 12 with 11 exciting races throughout the day. Families can enjoy the Kids Corral with activities for children of all ages. From live music to the annual hat contest, it'll be fun for all at Laurel Park Saturday, October 20th. For more information, visit MarylandMillion.com or LaurelPark.com.
All right, welcome back. Here we go. Let's check out today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. It starts in race 5. It was hit the past 2 days for a little over $2,000. Nice allowance race, nice first-level allowance race for filly and mares going 5.5 furlongs. We're off the turf today. Dave, you like to pick 6 today. Let's check out your ticket. See how you played it.
I just realized it's not $24. It's a 20-cent ticket, right?
It's a 20-cent ticket.
Yeah, so it's not $24. Sorry about that. I haven't done this in a while. My math was
on the 50 cent.
Yeah.
All right, we'll just forget the
No, but that's
cost
okay.
there.
Yeah, don't forget. You can leave the numbers up, but just it's going to be less than that. So I'm singling here on a Zorali. So I'm in or I'm out. That's it. Zorali.
All right, 14, main track only for Dale on the outside.
And then just going 2 and 3 deep in the other races there. 1-4, I think the 7th race is a little more open, 5-8-9. And then 1-4 in the 8th race, 2-7 in the 9th race, and 3-6 in the 10th race. So, yeah, it's a 20-cent increment there. That's my bad. But going back to Zorali, Stan, I mean, this race comes off the turf to the main track. And to me, she's the speed of the speed in there, okay?
Yeah,
That's last time she just went really quick for that Miss Disco Stakes try. I just thought they were going to try to dazzle him with footwork, and it almost worked. Majestic Reason ran her down the stretch, but she went 21 and 444 and 4, very quick. With the blinkers on. She's always had good early speed, so I think she can just try to outdash them and get home today.
Yeah, she's awfully nice for Dale Capuano. Daniel Centeno rides today. She'll get a beautiful trip with that speed on the outside, so 14-11 for you. I go 11-14 here in the 5th race. It's a nice A other than allowance here for Philly Mares. Party Rock, sharp win last out against open 12-5 claimers up there at Parks. That's a tough race. 71 buyer with that win. Trevor McCarthy rides today for Ness. It's a nice 6-year-old mare. Has won here before at Laurel Park, looking for a career win. Number 9 today for the 11 Party Rock.
Yeah, I have no doubts that this horse could be tough with a good setup and might get it if Zorali gets out there just in too quick fashion. Her race at Delaware Park, there late July, that 5.5 furlong sprint would put her right there, there indeed.
All right, yeah, she's a nice mare, so we both like the 11-14, 14-11 on top, the 1 in jail and the 2 Enterprise Value, both in her main track only. The 1 in jail is a 3-year-old filly by End of Mischief. She's 4 for 6 in the money here at Laurel Park. The 2 Enterprise Value, a 3-time winner here at Laurel Park for Lacey Gaudet. So these are 2 nice fillies on the inside, the 1 and the 2.
Well, in jail's problem, her main problem is going to be a rally on the outside. I think she's going to probably get chewed up in that pace. Never forget that race back December 2017. Remember, she was 20 cents to $1, looked home, and was beaten in the last jump. She's got a lot of seconditis, and today there's a lot of speed to her outside in jail.
All right, it's a nice allowance race for Philly Mares. 5.5 furlongs on the main track to kick off the Rainbow Pick 6. Let's take a look at race 6. We start the late pick 5. Late pick 5 paid well yesterday, well over 500 it paid yesterday. No carryover today in the late pick 5, but as always, that industry low, 12% takeout. I have a ticket, a $32 ticket. I couldn't find a single on the late pick 5. Let's check out my ticket here. Starts in race 6. Philly Mares open 12. No, it's a Philly Mares to life for 12.5 going a mile. I like the 1 Final Fear on top here in race 6, but I also like the 6 Lonely Drifter for Jerry Robb and Mario Pino. Race 7, that's a nice maiden 25 for 2-year-old fillies going 6 furlongs. My top pick there, the 5 Perfect Exchange for Rodney Jenkins, but the 8 No Mo Cats, a first-time starter for Claudio Gonzalez, I'll use as well. Race 8 off the turf going a mile. Open claiming 12.5 for Philly Mares. I go 4 deep in there. My top pick is the 4 Miss Nosy, but the 5 Banana Anna gets Trevor McCarthy for Jamie Ness. I also like the 1 I Dream of Lewis for Kieran McGee, and the 12 on the outside in race 8, Dance Queen, entered main track only by Dale Capuano. So I use 4 Philly and Mares there in race 8. Race 9, a nice starter allowance for Philly Mares, 6 furlongs. I like the 1 Cool As You Like, but my price play of the day is in race 9, the 3 Rhythm and Rap at 9-2, and then race 10, I use my top 2 picks there, the 6 Waterhaven and the 9 When the Doves Cry in race 10. So late pick 5 starts in race 6. Let's take a look at the first leg. Going a flat mile in the main track. Philly Mares 3 and up, claiming 12,500. Never won 2 lifetime. My top pick here in race 6, the 1 Final Fear, Rosario Montanez on this 3-year-old for Mary Epler. A real sharp second last out at Timonium, coming off about a 2-month layoff. That was going 6.5 against Starter Allowance Company. Rallied to be a good second behind My Chessa Charm, who would come right back to win. So I think the 1 Final Fear in good form right now for Mary. Had a little freshening. Now he's back. Second off the layoff today. Gets Rosario Montanez back aboard.
In no way she was going to beat My Chessa Charm last time out, though she probably could have been closer. Ryder decided to rate her a little bit. Montanez, take her back a little bit off the pace.
Oh, you hit the video. Sorry, guys. Hit the video. We got the video of the Timonium race.
Okay, yeah. So early in the race, she was taken back a little bit. And most of the trip down inside, but once she got outside and between horses, started to run on a little bit. So, again, nobody was going to beat My Chessa Charm, as you can see. no matter what the tactics were. But I thought a pretty game second, and off since then, obviously September 3rd at Timonium, but Mary Epler's got a good 5/8 work under her to try to stretch her out to the 1-turn mile distance and make it a little more aggressive today with Final Fear in the 6 coming out of the mile chute.
All right, so we both have the 1-6 on top. The 6 here, Lonely Drifter, second off the claim for Jerry Robb. Mario Pino will ride a good third last out, going a mile, same distance as today, same condition. That was a good third. Regressed in Byers a little bit in that race. A better Buyer when she broke her maiden back in August against maiden 10. That was going 5.5 that day. So maybe she bounces back to a bigger number today with Pino. She is 3 for 4 in the money here at Laurel Park, so she likes this track. Her home track here is where Jerry Robb trains.
Yeah, I think there's a reason maybe for the regression in Buyer numbers. There wasn't a lot of pace in the race, 24, 248, and 4. The top 2 finishers went all the way around the track, 1-2, kind of a merry-go-round there. And Lonely Drifter doesn't have a ton of early speed, was caught kind of even-paced late, although wide on the turn, was kind of inside early, but then wide on the turn. She's by done talking and won the Illinois Derby, right. So distance to ground will be no problem for Lonely Drifter. I think, it's not. You got the 1 and the 6 is your first 2 in this first leg of the pick 5. The only 2 in the first leg of the pick 5, and I think he'll be home after the opener. We'll see what happens in the next 4, right?
I'm hoping. We both like the 4 a little bit here as well. Victor Carrasco on the 4, Ridgemont High for Hammy Smith. Just an okay 4th last out at 10-1 at this level. 4th behind Lonely Drifter. She can get a piece of it. I don't think she can beat our top 2 in this race.
Yeah, bombs away triple horse maybe. Number 8 Corvid, who I thought ran pretty sneaky good last time out in that 5.5 taken off the turf. To Wildcat Sunshine posting a decent number for non-winners at 2 level. I think maybe use her underneath if you're playing the triple in there.
All right, so nice race there in race 6 to kick off the late pick 5. Let's check out race 7. We start the late pick 4 here in race 7, going 6 furlongs maiden, claiming $25,000 for 2-year-old fillies. My top pick here, you like the 5 as well, Perfect Exchange. We have the video spotlight from late September here at Laurel Park, September 28th. This was in a stakes race. This was in the Jamestown Stakes for Perfect Exchange last out. She's still a maiden. They put it as a restricted Virginia bred stake, a good 4th behind some nice runners in this race. She finishes well in this race, only beaten 3 lengths. She was 14 lengths out of it down the backstretch, and a nice rally in the stretch to get up for 4th, only beaten 3 lengths. She was coming into this race off almost a 2-month freshening. Now second off the layoff. We're dropping from maiden 40, maiden special weight stakes company. Now we're dropping in for maiden 25 today. She'll be a popular favorite here in the 7th race. 2-year-old filly by exchange rate for Rodney Jenkins. Xavier Perez rides.
Well, she was sluggish from the gate that day, broke slow, finished a little late with some interest on the rail, as you could see in the red colors there in the Jamestown of the video a few moments ago. Problem is, in a couple of her races, she's had trouble in all 3 of her races, but in her debut run, she hesitated at the start too. She can't afford to make any mistakes today. Maybe the drop down and a good break from the gate will get her home. I went to the outside though with number 9, Empire Panther, second time in the Corrales barn, so they've had a couple of more weeks to work with her. I thought it was a good effort, adding the blinkers and the Lasix, beating only a length, and the first start for Corrales back on September the 30th. Now gets an extra furlong. All she needs to do is show some more improvement, and I think she will. She showed marked improvement there from the transfer of Barnes back on September the 30th. Was on the rail that day, September 30th. Just happened to note yesterday, it was the Hammy Smith horse that won up the rail. Forgot the horse's name yesterday.
Albitro.
Yeah. What? I don't know.
That's what Mario Verge
the other Hammy Smith horse. Remember, I picked the other Hammy Smith horse, and the other Hammy Smith horse won?
Right.
Yeah, he got me on that one.
He went to a lot of races, that guy.
In any case, that horse was on the rail too on September 30th. I'm not saying the rail was a negative that day, but just maybe a coincidence. But I just think Empire Panther, second on this cycle here for Corrales, going to do the trick.
All right, so we both like the 5-8-9. The 8 Nomo Cats, the first-time starter from Claudio Gonzalez Barn. Claudio, 27% and a nice positive ROI from a limited sampling, but still some good numbers there for his first-time starters. A 2-year-old filly by Discreet Cat, Maryland bred here, bred by Rosalie Davison. The Davisons, they bred a bunch of good Maryland breds over the years. And this filly, she's been working well here at Laurel Park. A nice half-mile work from the gate on September 22nd. A real sharp half-mile work recently coming into this race, October 6th, 48-4. She gets a good outside post today with Carlos Carrasco.
Yeah, that's the Iron Mare from the Davison family. They're experts only. She's produced numerous winners here in Maryland. Yeah,
I used to rub her for Franny for a week. Yeah, I filled in for a week, and I had experts only. I was
that was your
her
horse.
For a week.
Yeah,
that was my horse. Nice mare Franny had.
She's been productive ever since. It's all you, man.
Well,
Experts only. 10 winners from 98 starters for the dam. That's pretty good. Leave Claudio out at your own risk, right? $8,500 purchase, starts for 25. That's kind of a good sign. Discreet Cat, 20% winners on the fast track now. I was going to say a wet track, thinking it might be wet today, but he's a good first out sire. The mare's been so productive.
Well entered for the debut, in for 25 today. So we both like the 8 Nomo Cats there.
That was the only horse you rubbed in your groom career? Or
no, I filled in. I was mostly an exercise rider, but
right,
I'd have to fill in as a groom every now and then if somebody didn't show
sure
up
to help.
for Franny or Robin Graham. You learn a lot as a groom. They're the hardest working people back there. So all right, so nice group of maiden 2-year-old fillies there in race 7. Let's turn the page here. Race 8 kicks off the final pick 3 of the day. We're going a flat mile on the main track, claiming 12,500 filly mares 3 and up here in race 8. We both have the 4 on top. Miss Nosy entered main track only for this race by Claudio. Claudio might have another big day today. Kevin Gomez rides his 5-year-old mare by Louis Couture. She's taking a big drop today from 2 other than Allowance Company in for the 12-5 today. She had the summertime off. This will be her second off the layoff. She didn't run too well off in that comeback race, but that was in the slop. She's only 1 for 8 in the slop. It was a tough 2 other than coming off the layoff, going 2 turns. So now second off the layoff, and we're taking a drop today. Claudio, 21%, second off the layoff.
Yeah, back on the fast track. Dueled hard after that layoff against much tougher company, and this is easier spot today for Miss Nosy, who's sure to be on the lead. Hopefully won't go as fast last time out or get involved with anyone in the early stages of this race.
All right, so we both have the 4 on top. We like the same 4 horses here. The 12 on the outside I use in my exacted. Dance Queen, I almost put this 4-year-old filly on top. Dance Queen was entered main track only in this race by Dale Capuano. Could be a big day for Dale and Weston Hamilton today as well. A sharp win last out for this filly against Nickel 3 Life, but she won by 6.5 with a big 66 buyer. Dale with a nice entry here. He went in this race main track only, knowing that if it was main track, there'd be a lot of scratches, and he'd catch a nice field for 12-5 with a big purse for a filly that's in real good form right now.
Yeah, they've had some tough luck with this horse. A lot of good effort on the yielding ground on the grass back in summer. Ran okay at Delaware in a race taken off the turf, then went way too fast at Delaware next time out. You can see open up an 8-length lead in quick fractions, and then drop down for the confidence booster. Didn't beat a whole lot in that race, but maybe that's just kind of a wake-up call for her. Now she's going to get her act together. Dance Queen here. She's just been an in-and-out kind of filly the last few months.
All right, and the 1 we use, I Dream of Lewis, a sharp win, 2 back with a 66 buyer at Delaware, going 2 turns. That was against beaten 15,000 claimers. Second last out here at Laurel, same scenario, same condition. Race came off the turf, 1 mile on the main track, a good second that day. Kieran's having a big weekend. He gets the 5-pound bug boy, Raylu Gutierrez, here on the 1, I Dream of Lewis.
Yeah, giving the bug boy a shot here on a mare that should be tactically placed. I mean, probably not on the lead. And so if Dance Queen and the favorite in the race, the Miss Nosy, I think will be the favorite in the race. Go too fast. Maybe this will mare will be in the catbird seat, ready to pounce if she can save a little something for the final quarter.
And the 5 Banana Anna, she's no bum. 6-year-old mare. She's made $225,000. 8 wins on the main track. Gets Trevor McCarthy today. Banana Anna was entered main track only in this race by Jamie Ness. She had a sharp win last out in the slop at Delaware. Came off the turf that day. Open 8,000 claimers. So Trevor McCarthy rides. So that's a change in the weight for the 5 Banana Anna, make the weight 123.
Right, from McCarthy on Banana Anna. Her races are kind of way back in the form, as good as anything in the race, so she's been a little bit off speed figure form, in my opinion, in the last few.
All right, so we like the same 4 there in race 8. Let's take a look at race 9 to kick off the late daily double. Nice 25,000 starter allowance. Filly mares 3 and up. Haven't won 3, 6 furlongs on the main track. I have the 3 on top. My price play of the day, Rhythm and Rap from the Ann Merriman barn. Let's show you her last race, September 7th here at Laurel Park against 25,000 starter allowance. 2 life that day. She broke from the inside. She had to break from the 1 hole that day and fought for the lead all the way around there. Took pressure, opens up by 2, Turner for home, then gets another late challenger. She repels that one, wins by a half a length with Jevion Toledo aboard. Toledo's been aboard for the last 3 starts. He's never been off the board on this filly. She's 9-2 today, now facing 3 life starter allowance company. A nice 4-year-old filly by Algorithms here for Ann Merriman. She's tough, and she gets a better post today, breaking from the 3 hole rather than the 1 hole like she had to do last out.
When they're in form for the Merriman barn, you better pay attention, because this filly is in form. A little question about is the layout. She's been off 31 to 60 days. Not the strongest point for the barn, but there have been 2 winners out of that race. 2 winners out of that race. That's a key race.
Yeah, okay. All right, Bridgewater was second in there. She's a nice filly. And this filly, a little blowout, 3 furlong workout, October 6th at Pimlico, 38-4. So she's sitting on go. Hopefully you have the 2 on top. Elias Story for George Navarro. Trevor McCarthy, 3-year-old filly by Super Staver. You read this guy's stats, and it really makes you want to be a trainer, right? 169 winners this year. That's 169 paychecks he's already gotten this year. There's 52 weeks in a year. You and I, we're only getting 52 checks a year. This guy's gotten 169 already, but he works hard. He has a big outfit, 36% winners. He's awfully tough. Navarro ships in here with the 2 Elias Story.
Yeah, well, he doesn't start many at Laurel. Only the last year, 10 starters here at Laurel and 2 for 10 in the winner's circle. But the thing I like about the filly is her company lines the last 2 or 3. Second last time out, though, a beaten favorite, but you can see why the filly that beat her there, Kodiak Cutie, is 3 for 7 this year. So that was a legitimate filly there on a sloppy track, back to a fast track today. I think she'll come out rocking with that early speed, and Rhythm and Rap better have her all 4 shoes on there. If she wants to try to run with her maybe for a half mile.
Hopefully. I didn't use the 7, but you have a nice 15-1 shot there in your exacta. The 7 Rockin' Ruth with the bug boy Joan Rosado aboard for Kenny Cox.
Maybe she can pick up some pieces if they go crazy. That race 3 back at Delaware off the pace try. Mile was a little too long for her against some real tough company. Justice Goach and Untaken, and those 2 really went put on a show in the stretch. And I think she's back to a sprint, which helps, and maybe not as much speed as some of her rivals down to the inside.
All right, so nice starter allowance there for filly and mares. We kick off the late double there in race 9. Let's take a look at the 10th and final race here. We're going 5.5 furlongs on the main track, claiming 16,000 3-year-olds or older. Never won 3, the 6. Both our top picks here. Waterhaven looks awfully tough here for John Salzman Jr. 4-year-old filly by Leroy de Sanamo. Jorge Riez is aboard today. He was aboard last out against 16,000 2 life when it came off the turf. Same situation here, 16,000 3 life, but that was a nice win by 3. She had to break from the 1 hole that day. 66 by her. She runs back to that level today. She'll be right there.
Yeah, that was a big effort. Dueling there from the inside gate. same kind of scenario, same distance. This in form right now, so to the in-form runner who ran a pretty good fig for the non-winners at 2 levels, September the 14th. I think the question horse in here is Showcase Mall, coming from the route at Presque Isle on the synthetic, back to a sprint and on the dirt here at Laurel Park. That race at Presque Isle, pretty good there, September the 20th. It's always a little hard for me to judge, you know. 22 and 1 and 45 on synthetic versus what's going to happen here on the dirt at Laurel. I do know that we have Waterhaven in good form, who's got some early speed to his outside. So I went 6-3.
All right, so we like the same 4 here.
Yeah,
The 9 on
order.
the outside, When the Doves Cry. 4th as the favored last out against Starter Allowance at Timonium. Just got beat a half length that day, going 6.5 furlongs. We're cutting back to 5.5 today. Little easier company. The Bug Boy Gutierrez aboard for Mary Epler. The 9, When the Doves Cry, with that early speed outside post, should get a nice trip.
Well, you know, I'd like the horse a little bit better if the race stayed on the turf. But you know, if they go crazy up front and he gets involved, he may have got not much in this spot with Waterhaven, Showcase Mall, perhaps with some early speed. He might just sit off the pace and get a good trip when the Doves Cry today on the dirt.
Yep, I agree. All right, so we both have the 6 Waterhaven on top in today's finale. That's it, a Big 10 race card for you this afternoon. Beautiful day to enjoy some live horse racing. Not too hot. You can watch on the apron or go inside, get a nice table at the Garden, Terrace, or Tips. We're 1 week away from the Jim McKay Maryland Million next Saturday. Maryland's Day at the Races, free admission. You can get some other, you can get some tables and stuff like that if you want to get a table. So other tickets available. If you want to have a nice seat, just go to Guest Services today to check that out. Or go to laurelpark.com for all your Maryland Million information.
Yeah,
you ready for it?
Oh, I'm ready. Yeah, more
Big
than
field, bunch of big fields, stakes races.
It's just the fall makes it, you know, the feeling and all the Maryland breeders and the interest here, and there's just a lot of buzz in the air for the Jim McKay Maryland Million.
And that's got to be cool looking down on the apron, seeing it completely packed like it will be on Maryland Million Day.
Yeah, and lots going on, some expanded areas. You know, we're going to have the clubhouse concert on the first turn, and for you Dead Mouse and Steve Aoki fans, I know you were listening to him this morning, streaming a little Aoki, weren't you?
Yeah, I'll have to check them out, see what they sound like. So the joint will be jumping here next Saturday. Hope you're here. That's it. We're out of time. Dave will stay around, give you all today's scratches and changes. Good luck.